And welcome back to the Daily Sip at 3:30. I'm Walt Grayson. Here with me is 2024's Remarkable Woman of Mississippi. You've been hearing us talking about the Remarkable Women contest that's going on right now. This is Paheadra Robinson. She's been addressing civil rights and consumer protection issues through advocacy and community education for more than 20 years. We're going to chat in just a minute, but first, in case you may not know who she is, or you might have forgotten, let's have a quick refresher of what got Paheadra Robinson that award this year.
I think Mississippi has some of the most amazing women anywhere.
A hard-working single mother, a native Jacksonian, a woman who just wants to see the world become a better place for the future generations. Paheadra Robinson graduated from Lanier High School before attending Tougaloo College. From there, she went on to earn her law degree from the University of Mississippi.
I just know even at a very young age, I wanted to see things change for people in my community.
Paheadra currently serves as principal of the Bratton Consulting Group. She's been addressing civil rights and consumer protection issues through advocacy and community education for more than 20 years.
I know that you played a vital role when it came to Medicaid expansion for postpartum. Just talk to me a little bit about your involvement with that.
Sure. The expansion of Medicaid is a key issue for women in Mississippi, but in particular for Black women. We were seeing Black mothers dying at an exceedingly high rate postpartum. For years, we just couldn't get it to move, and last year, because of the combined efforts of so many people showing up at the Capitol, elevating our voices, we were able to get the legislation passed where mothers now, after they give birth, will have Medicaid for 12 months.
Paheadra has been nationally recognized for her commitment to community activism and social justice.
The woman that inspires me the most is my mother. She was a very hardworking woman who rose to fight every challenge that came her way. I think my spirit of giving definitely comes from her. One of my oldest heroes would be Fannie Lou Hamer, in the fact that she used her voice in a way to change the reality for Black people in Mississippi.
In the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, you can pray until you faint, but unless you get up and try to do something, God is not going to put it in your lap. That's just the narrative for Paheadra Robinson.
I would love to see us expand Medicaid. And I think if we look at people as people, just as humans, not Black, not white, not Republican, not Democrat, not rich, not poor, just as a person, a lot of the policy issues we would not have, and we would not have to fight this hard just for people to have basic needs met.
And the fight continues.
I think it's important for us to stay informed about what's happening in our communities, to use our voices, to show up and vote, to hold those who represent us accountable for what they do or don't do, and to support those who are really trying to make a difference.
And making a difference is something this remarkable woman continues to do. Tia McKenzie, 12 News.
Paheadra, you know, I think everybody sees the problem, or sees problems anyway, and most people say, gosh, that's the problem, somebody ought to do something about that. Yeah. What makes you go from saying somebody ought to do something about that to I'm going to do something about that? Where'd the change come in?
I think the change came out because I saw so many inequities growing up and saw how collective action makes a difference, and that somebody has to start the process. And it, you know, everybody can't sit back and say, oh, yeah, that's a bad thing. Yeah. You know, if nobody steps up, then nothing changes. Yeah. And we need a lot of changes. And so I'm always willing to be a part of positive change for people and for communities.
Now, speaking of changes, have things changed for you since you won the Remarkable Woman Award?
Quite a bit, actually. I have been recognized a lot more out in public, so that was very different for me. And I've been able to connect to some amazing women who are passionate about doing work to change communities and outcomes for people. In particular, women and children. And so we have a monthly call where we're able to connect and talk about issues and make connections to help elevate each other's work.
Well, I guess that networking is important, and this is something that winning the award helped you to establish those contacts.
Absolutely. So
wonderful.
we are a group of all remarkable women winners from across the country. So we're able to hear what's happening in other places and possibly see if the solutions they're pushing in their areas could help us here in Mississippi. And we're able to also be peer support for each other. So a lot of us are working in very difficult areas that can be emotionally challenging, and so to have a support system is really important.
Oh, I bet that would be nice to, when you're running into a tough day, call somebody that can say, gee, I know what you mean, and they really do know what you mean.
Absolutely, absolutely. Makes a world of difference.
Well, speaking of the contacts, I guess you met a lot of these when you took the trip out to... Tell me about the trip to Los Angeles.
So the trip to Los Angeles was a very validating and life-affirming trip. We were able to have a lot of great excursions. We also were able to connect and talk and really bond over the work that we do, our commitment to service to others, while having fun and while being celebrated. They really rolled out the red carpet for us, and we really felt like superstars.
Oh, good. Well, you are. You are superstars.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, we do. There's a lot of people who are lookers honors, but not a lot of people who are jumpers in and doers.
This is true.
And thank you for jumping in and doing. And congratulations on the award. Do you need people who are watching to help you do anything? Should they contact you? Do you need, of course, everybody needs money, but do you need money for stuff?
Sure. Oh, absolutely. So I work with some amazing organizations who are making a huge difference for women across the state of Mississippi, and we can always use support in the efforts to help stabilize families and to really elevate the issues that people are facing in those communities.